My message to Mikel Arteta. So lads, as we approach Christmas in 2020, Arsenal Football Club sits 15th in the Premier League and have made their worst start to a campaign since the 1970s. So with that, a lot of fans have called out the manager and have said it is time to go. But with the board continually saying they're going to back the manager, I think it's about time we give a message to, of course, the man himself. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boys channel. Before we get into the video, if you guys can quickly go down there, smash a like on the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers. It is a madness and I really do appreciate it. Also, let me know your own thoughts on Mikel Arteta. Are you in? Are you out? And if he's going to stay, what changes do you want to see him make? And if he is to leave Arsenal, who do you think is the adequate replacement for the manager? But with that being said, guys, let's get into the video and allow me to give you my heartfelt, handwritten message to Mikel Arteta. Let's get into it. Right, the first thing that I want to say to Mikel is stop playing your favourites. And when I say favourites, I'm referring to one specific player, especially, and that is man like Willian, the Chelsea signing from the summer. Free transfer, but still, your boy is looking for a refund. Now, I've got nothing personally against Willian. I want to see him succeed at Arsenal. I would love to see nothing more than an ex-Chelsea player leave Chelsea and work out at Arsenal. And the fact that he only has one shot on target throughout the entirety of the season so far just goes to show why fans have not rated him. And so that's why it falls back to the manager, Mikel Arteta. Why do you keep selecting these players that are constantly letting you down and, most importantly, underperforming? Another example is man like Hector Bellerin. This is a guy who has consistently underperformed for a while this season, and for some reason he still gets selected week in, week out, and only after the man received a suspension when Arteta was forced to change hand and bring in Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And the same falls with Granit Xhaka, another player who has underperformed and cost Arsenal points. I'm looking at that game against Burnley. The man's getting sent off for whatever reason. It is not good enough. This guy's an experienced guy. Again, a player that should be dropped. Forget the experience, forget the favoritism, Mikel. You right now are trusting the wrong players, and for me that is what's costing you your job at Arsenal. Instead of selecting players that have experience but are underperforming, why not select the right profile of player that will suit your system? And when I say a profile player, I'll give you an example right now. We have a young player in the academy coming through. His name is Emil Smith-Rowe. He's played for the first team for 2 years now. He has gone on loan to RB Leipzig. Now, talking about RB Leipzig, is a player that Arsenal would have loved to sign, and that is Dominic Szoboszlai. And so the fact alone that Leipzig wanted to sign Smith-Rowe when he was on loan there 3 years ago tells me he passes their talent ID test. And so technically speaking, we have a creative solution who fits the profile sitting on the bench. But because he doesn't have the experience of playing first in football, Mikel Arteta has consistently chosen players like Willian and Lacazette over him, choosing experience over actual profile of player. But yeah, that's my first little thing ticked off the list. Mikel Arteta, stop playing your favourites and play the right profile of players. There you go. Right, the second thing that we need to discuss is Mikel Arteta, I want you to practice what you preach. The non-negotiables. It says it here, live and direct. The non-negotiables. You keep saying these words, but do you mean these words? Because how many times have you given a press conference and you've said the right things, and that's why a lot of Arsenal fans believe in you. But when it comes to the actual action itself or doing the right thing, for some reason you always go against what you say. And I'll give you an example. It's like the treatment of Nicolas Pepe. I understand that he's been underperforming, and yes, is he worth the £72 million price tag? Most likely he is not. But in certain games where he's trying to do something unlike players like Willian, you take off Pepe and you keep on Willian. Again, you're favoriting players and you right now are not practicing what you preach. What are the non-negotiables? Because certain players work hard, they fit the profile, they fit the anything, the selection, the criteria, but yet they're still not starting for Arsenal. Is a non-negotiable a player that runs like a headless chicken like Eddie Nketiah? Is that what you want at Arsenal Football Club? Because I don't want that. And here we are again, man like Willian. You again have to be used as an example. Don't take it personally, but you have not helped yourself whatsoever. I mean, the man's taking a trip mid-season. Forget that, bro. It's COVID-19. Players are meant to be self-isolating. Yeah, this guy still, for some reason, starts the next game against United. Again, what are your non-negotiables, my guy? Because right now, you're not practicing what you preach. And you always also seem to say you select players based off their training and how hard they're working. You're really telling me certain players like Willian and Xhaka have earned their place via training midweek? They haven't. They're not performing on the pitch. I don't know what's happening on the training ground, but ultimately what fans can see is what happens on the pitch. And what we see is quite honestly an embarrassment. We've got 1 win in 10 games and you keep selecting the same players. Another issue for you is you're not practicing what you preach, and it is starting to pee me off. Right, your lads, agenda number 2 has been ticked off the list. It's time to move on to the next page. Off we go. And that is sort out your man management issues. Mikel Arteta, you can say what you want, you can indicate what you want. You right now are letting your ego get in the way. Sometimes for me, you have to be harsh, or sometimes you have to be ruthless as a manager. And if that is the case with Matteo Guendouzi and his poor attitude, I am in full agreement with you. But where your man management has let you down is the likes of Saliba, is the likes of Nicolas Pepe. Because these players, while they haven't always performed, and Saliba, we haven't seen him play yet, certain times, instead of putting your armor on the player and kind of managing the player himself and trying to get the best out of him by being a good man manager, you choose to give them the cold treatment, whereas players like Willian and players like Xhaka get an arm around their shoulder. What is going on? And if it is your ego getting in the way, my guy, put it to one side. We're not here for egos. We are here to ultimately see Arsenal Football Club as a successful side. Now, don't get me wrong, I've got it here as well. I think your intentions are clear. You want to shake it up, and you've come into the club with the right mentality of we want to win games of football. Putting the intentions to one side, the execution itself has been quite simply a shambles. You are trusting and believing in the wrong crop of players. We have got some talented players and a talented base for squad there. Gabriel Magalhaes, Bert Leno, Kieran Tierney, Thomas Partey, Mill Smith-Rowe, William Saliba, Gabriel Martinelli, Reece Nelson, Aubameyang. These are just a few players off the top of my head. So there's a basis and a core of some good players that you can build upon. But instead, when you give players like Bellerin and you give players like Xhaka and Willian as an example constant opportunities to let you down, that is why fans have started to turn against you, because they are not seeing the players that actually work for Arsenal get rewarded, and you're ultimately going to lose those players as well. I have no doubts about Mikel Arteta as a actual first team coach and his tactics and his ability to teach players about football, but the doubts that I do have is that he has a stinky attitude when it comes to man managing players, and most of the time lets his ego get in the way. And also, Mikel, just sometimes let us know the truth. You keep saying Mesut Ozil was left out for footballing reasons. Now, you can't say that when I've seen my team average a successful 3 shots on target per game on average this season. What are these footballing reasons? And so when you say things like that, you become the scapegoat. You become the guy that fans want to blame. And if it is someone above you and you can't take control of it, then kind of indicate towards us, man. Don't just say, yeah, it's my decision, and so fans can then go out there and openly blame you. And so there you guys go. These are some of the issues that I have identified with Mikel Arteta and my own personal issues I have with you as the Arsenal manager. I am sure you guys have plenty more that you're going to comment below, so go down and do that. But yeah, I've got the whole man management, I've got the whole stop choosing your favourites and practice what you preach. But mainly as well, if you could sign Al Warren in the summer or in January, it would be massively appreciated. Thank you very much. But with that being said, guys, there you guys go. If you have enjoyed this video so much, go down there, smash a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you're new, because that thing there, I appreciate it a lot and it helps me out a lot as well. Much appreciation. Get your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on the actual video itself, or things that you have, issues that you have with the Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta, and can he somehow turn this around? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys could also follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and subscribe to my group channel The Offsiders, that would be also massively appreciated as well. But with that being said, guys, there you guys go. This has been my message to Mikel Arteta, and the message is clear. We are 15th, big man. We are losing games of football. Turn it around, or might just be time to go. I will see you very soon in a bit.